It's the stars with Tamika Joy. 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 Feeling real good, feeling all fly. Put the headphones on, it's time to get live. It's the stars with Tamika Joy. It's the stars with Tamika Joy. Tune into the show, it's a vibe and flow. Chime in and tell me what you know. Yeah, it's Tamika Joy. It's the stars with 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 Tamika Joy.
Hey, 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 hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It is Friday, y'all. We made it. Relax, relate, release. Relax, relate, release. That's how I feel like, relax, relate, release. If anybody else, man, chime in with me if you feel how I feel. And it's raining outside. Like, come on a Friday. It's a little sleeping weather, but yeah, we made it though. It's here. We made it. Y'all get to relax for a couple of days. Happy birthday out there to all you all that are enjoying yourselves. It's a tourist season. I think it's still tourist season. The tourists is in the building. Man, I tell you, I have three. So happy birthday again to all of you Tauruses. Happy anniversary to all you lovers out there celebrating your anniversary. Happy anniversary to you. As I know, I'm actually will be celebrating my 12th anniversary. Well, not just me, my other half, my husband, and I will be celebrating our 12th anniversary this month. So definitely happy anniversary to you all. Man, I tell you, it's just been crazy, crazy, crazy. And but we are here, and I'm excited about everything that's going on, and of course, as things are popping and people are just you know. Having a good time in regards to May and about to enjoy Mother's Day. It's all about the mothers this weekend. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. We got a great show. Again, if this is your first time, let me tell you a little bit about Stars Performing Arts. Stars is actually from Stars Performing Arts, which is our nonprofit and also our profit. But the Stars came about from that, in which, as people may not know, I'm an artist and I have took a backseat to raise my children and wanted to be the superstar and never got the opportunity to really be what it is that I thought I was going to be. However, I'm okay with that. I have been able to do a lot of great things behind the scene. And now this is kind of like a unplugged or unsung podcast to where we reach out all the different people that I used to be in the music industry with and rub shoulders with along the way of my journey. I come back, I go back to them and say, hey, what you doing? How you been? What's going on with you? Tell the people, how things have been going afterwards, because nobody checks on those people. Nobody goes back and say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? How you feeling? Just because they're not in the tabloids, they're not on TV no more, don't mean that they are who they are. They have done what they've done. So we give a platform to those that have also paved the way for those that are now doing what they do. So that is what Stars with the Stars with Tamika Joy is all about. Also, those that have wanted to do something but never got an opportunity to do it, we give a actual platform for them to shine in a way where they can tell a little bit about what happened, why they didn't get to do that, and what it is that they would like to do. And we actually help them as well through studio, through fashion shows, dance, and everything else that take place. So we're gonna keep it rolling. I'm trying to figure out. I'm sorry if I'm over here. I'm still doing my production here, so I'm still learning. But I know I'm just trying to make sure that that I'm live actually on the page here. So I'm sorry if I seem like I'm a little bit all over the place, because I am. Listen, my ADD, and I'm over here multitasking. So forgive me for that. But moving along, we have a great show. I have Dr. Shani Gray. She'll be joining us along with Jerome Childers. So we're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be really, really nice. I'm excited about talking to both of them. Um, Today I've been kind of all over the place, and I kind of took a woosah, but I'm still kind of still in the all over the place. I lost my cousin. That was one of my greatest cheerleaders, and I had to actually sing today at his funeral. And so, with that, I wanted to share a little bit of what I actually sung at his funeral. And yeah, so I'm going to share that with you guys, a video. And long live Boo Boo. Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all our needs according to your riches. I have but to ask, and I shall receive. To go from here and share this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost and help them find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me. Be free like me. Oh, Lord, we need your love. Oh, Lord, we need your peace. Oh, Lord, we need your joy. These Love you, Boo Boo. Yes, yes, yes. That was for my cousin Boo Boo, Lawrence DeLong. Long live Boo Boo, man. I tell you, it was rough, but I made it through, and yeah, to God be the glory, and his soul, may it rest in peace. So moving along, you guys, we are going to bring in my sister, Dr. Shani Gray. And we're going to talk a little bit about mental health and a little bit about her show that she got coming on. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Shani Gray.
I look
Hey,
a little foggy. Are you? Can you see me clearly?
there you go. I was no, not do it again.
Oh man.
Whatever you did it. You did something, and it kind of looked a little bit better. I don't know what it was, but I can see you. You
You can
here?
see. All right. Well, that's good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear
Perfect.
you.
Well, thank you so much, my beautiful sister, for having me on your show. I really appreciate the invitation to have me tag along and kind of hang with you today. My condolences, to your family. I know how much your cousin meant to you, and God bless you as you go throughout your process of bereavement. So, of course, you already know that you're in my thoughts and prayers, as always. One of my favorite prayer partners. Um, but I'm here for you, sis. But we can talk about that offline. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that I gave you my condolences, and you have such an angelic voice.
Oh, thank
I
you
was in here
so much.
jamming. I love that song. But hey, girl, what's going on?
Yeah, not too much, man. Just hanging in there. I won't complain at all. At all. Like it's people they just going every day. So, all we could do is just count our blessings and be grateful, be thankful
And be ready.
to see one
Yeah,
another day. And
yeah.
so he's just awesome. I just thank him every day. He gives us a chance, another day to live, another day to kind of touch someone else. Because that's pretty much what we are here for. We are here to really be an impact and a vessel to someone else.
Help
As
touch someone's destiny.
absolutely, yep. So I'm all in, and I just take the good with the bad, and
Yeah.
hey,
This is bothering me, right?
I know it is. I know it is.
You clean the knock. It's okay.
The
My
devil
special
is a
filter.
lie and
It's
plead the
my
blood of
special filter.
Jesus. What you say?
I said it's my special filter.
So what's going on? I mean, I'm definitely no, this is you're not new to the show. Of course, you've been on before. We've talked about, a lot of different things from um abuse and mental health, and of course now and domestic violence and things of that nature. And of course, this is Mental Health Month, the month of May. And, I definitely want to check in with you in regards to mental health, and kind of hear your thoughts in regards to checking your temperature in regards to your mental space.
Seriously, it's not hot. Listen, we all go through, life's, ups and downs. And as you said, mental health is very important. As we said on platforms and discussed this, previously, my intake or my view on it here recently has been, I have a totally different perspective than the last time we actually had a conversation or we sat on the same panel, because then it was just my professional um knowledge, if you will, the book work, what the books say. But to have it so close to home, since the last time I saw you, my views on it is completely different. And so it's very important that we make certain, one, that we protect our peace. But here we go, sis. This is what I learned about mental health and as of late. Sometimes it is, definitely a medical condition, right? Some things are, passed down through the bloodline. It's in our DNA. However, I also know that there is some mental health issues that is spiritually based. And so a lot of people don't want to tap into that realm, because that's a whole nother, wave of information. But it's very important, though, that no matter what it is, whether it's spiritually, rooted, meaning we have to cast some things out, let's be real, or whether it's, really a imbalance, of your, of what's going on, your brain function, and how you're thinking. We really need to grasp or seek medical attention. Um, if the, I would recommend, listen, how do you know? How do you decipher if it's medically, something medically wrong from, something spiritually wrong? It's kind of hard. It's a fine line. But here's another thing. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I just got a epiphany. When we are under good leadership, things can be shifted, through that. It's my personal opinion, my spiritual opinion, that spiritual warfare is real, and the devil, the first thing that he attacks is our mind. So if we can try to start transforming our mind, bringing it under under control, under of course, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, then maybe, just maybe, that can be a start. But definitely to seek medical attention, because it is necessary. I do believe in the power of medications in some instances. So we have to do what we have to do to be able to maneuver through this world. So yeah, it's been different.
Yeah, yeah, because
it gets different.
yeah, you dealing with someone on the outside day to day, from not day to day, it's different from actually living with someone, actually being a family member or things like that. Like people, they tend to be like, well, that's just because,
Yeah,
that's because
sweeping
we're
it under the
junior,
rug.
that's Uncle Pete, that's him, that's what
Yeah,
he do, but never say, no, he's dealing with some things that we need to really kind of get in
get to
control and kind of address. They just want to kind of shift it, throw a blanket over it, whatever the
yeah.
case may be, and not really kind of talk
Never
about
get to the core. And see, that's the thing, sis. You hit it right on the nail. Sometimes tragic things happen to us, and that's what causes us to, kind of shift a little bit, and sometimes a lot bit, right? And because it's always taboo, or it's never looked upon or researched as to what happened to an individual, it just start manifesting more and more, and then we look up and we're gone. But then
it.
what about those split seconds of insanity?
Hmm.
You going through
Hmm.
things because the world just start weighing heavy on your shoulders, and you
Hmm.
just have a mental breakdown just for
Breakdown.
one day. Not necessarily saying that, oh, I have mental issues, but sometimes we have moments, especially when someone attacks your peace. It can
Hmm.
become overwhelming. And so learning how to cope through things and get through things to try to keep your mind, at peace. That's really hard, but it's very important to protect
Yes.
your peace.
Yeah, triggers, they happen all day long. And how do you deal with those triggers when something comes on the radio or something comes on the TV, or a smell, somebody walks past you and you remember this smell, that takes you back to when you was a child, when something happened to you, as a child, that was traumatizing. How do you cope with that? How do you deal with that when you don't want to actually get help for it? You want to kind of suppress it, make it seem like, well, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just throw it to the side. But it comes out as you walk in the house and you take it out on loved ones, or you go to work and you can't do your job like you really want to do your job, because that trigger just triggered you in a way where now you're traumatized again. You're back to that same age when you were actually attacked or
You're
something
back to
happened to
three,
you.
4, 5. Absolutely. You're
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and people don't understand that it is real and it happens. And counseling is everything. Like us color folks, especially, we don't think that we need counseling. I ain't crazy. It's not about you being crazy. It's about you loving yourself enough
and being wise.
and
That's
being
what the Bible
wise.
says. A wise man seek counsel.
That's
So,
it.
you got to
That's
be smart
it.
about things. Yeah.
That's it. You got to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to live in Crazyville anymore. I am going to get the help that I need
Yeah.
so that I can be healthy and I can move on with my life and not have to worry about all these people, all these different things living inside your head for
Yeah.
rent free. And you just you becoming ill. Sicknesses is all in your body and things of that nature. You don't even understand why.
Yeah.
It has a lot to do with that mental. So yeah, we can, us, we could talk on and on and on about it.
Yeah, we can.
And as we do talk and you're talking and these are some of the things I know you're going to be having. You got a show coming up.
Hey, girl, I do.
Woo-wee.
Oh, it's
Yes,
so unapologetic. Oh
yes.
man, it's so
So tell
unapologetic.
us about straight
Oh,
talk, no chaser.
straight talk, no chase her. Listen,
Yes.
it's a lot of things that it's like you said, taboo, right? A lot of things that we don't want to talk about. I can't give y'all a sneak peek, but let's just say that. Listen, when you tune in, you're going to understand that it gets real. We take the Bible, we rightly divide it, we break it down, and we try to we look for revelations. What is it that God has told us in some situations? How is it that we're supposed to live? The way this world is waxing, which is worse and worse, we already know it's a whole lot of things that's transpiring, that's unfolding, and they're just that Bible is just unraveling more and more. But it's a lot of people that's putting the cover over it and saying, listen, we ain't gonna worry about what the Bible say. We're gonna live how we want to live. And that's and it's a wide range of things, talking about the order, the household. What is the order? It's a lot of women out here that's trying to run their husbands. Is that right or is it wrong? But at the end of the day, what does the Bible say about it? That's what's important. So, it's not to, cause any controversy, it's not to cause any backlash. I would say it's opinionated, but it's scriptural based. So I welcome anyone to join in. Let's have a conversation. We open with it, but we're gonna crack open that word because that's where I'm gonna be governed from. And so I just look forward to, just sharing with the world. The thing is, if we don't tell a dying nation, what thus said the Lord, their blood is on our hands. So
That's
I'm
right.
trying to get as much blood as off my hands as I possibly can.
Hey.
But I'm gonna speak the truth in love. But listen, the key word is it's unapologetic. So I'm
Amen.
gonna ruffle some feathers. I know this going in. People gonna get a little mad. They can unfriend me, and that's cool too. But I have to do what thus said the Lord. He laid it on my
Amen.
heart. And I have to put it out there.
I love it. I love it. I cannot wait. Yes, y'all. Straight talk, no chaser, scriptural based adult talk. Join her on Facebook and YouTube live Mondays. It's a night show. So yes, make sure y'all look up Dr.
Tune
Shani
in,
Gray.
share it. Yeah.
What you say?
I said tune in, share it, but that's also let's talk. Listen, I'm
Yes.
looking for the open dialogue. It's
Yes,
going to be good.
yes,
So
yes.
each week is going to be a different subject. It may not necessarily be talking about the order of the house. We may go into a whole nother community. So
Well, I'm so super proud of you. And yes, the
myself.
sky is the limit. Just keep living out your truth and keep living out the desires of your heart because he's definitely going to make sure that he sees those things happen for
I
you. If
appreciate the
you
encouragement.
walk, you do one step, he'll take the rest. That's what it
Hey,
is. That's what he
to
said.
God be all the glory. To God gets all the glory. All the glory.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I love you. Where can the people find you before we go? Tell them where they can find you so they can catch your show.
Okay, so it's going to be live, like you said, on Facebook at Straight Talk No Chaser, as well as YouTube Talk No Chaser. Look at me getting all tongue twisted like I'm nervous. This is my first time around the rodeo or something, but it's Straight Talk No Chaser. So we're not going to dilute the word of God because listen, He didn't dilute our love, and that's where it spears from.
Love it, love it, love it. Any shout outs?
Shout out to God because He gets all the glory. Everybody,
Amen.
listen, if they know me, they know I love them. And of course, I love you too. So I definitely thank you for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wait, y'all have it. Miss Dr. Shani Gray, make sure y'all give her a hand clap. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you. That was Dr. Shani Gray. Yes, yes, yes. Her and I, man. I tell you, that's my sister for real. I love her to death. I'm going to share with y'all before we go to our next guest some of our things coming up in the community. But before I do, Team Red. Yes, my brother Rodney Red Grant is running for mayor at DC, y'all. It's not a game. He ain't playing. It ain't funny. It ain't a game. It ain't no jokes. Rodney Red Grant is running for mayor of DC. Any DC residents, y'all help out. Anyone that need a sign in your window or your yard, let us know. Hit us up. Go to the website, Rodney Red Grant. As he's running for mayor, I'm on the campaign and I'm excited about it. I love what he's doing and going to do as the new mayor for DC. I said it, and it is what it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my brother, and he has so much love and wants so much for the community. And I just I love him as a person and what he's doing and who he is. And he has not changed. Right now, he's on tour with Cat Williams, and he comes from every day. He's out there in the streets in DC, and then after the Monday through Friday, he's on a plane and he's out going and chilling and on stage with Cat Williams, and he flies back and he's back here again, hitting the streets of DC. And so he is definitely committed to the city and what he wants to see. It's definitely for our kids, the youth, and also our seniors. And so I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm all for it. And actually, he's going to be helping out with our teen summit that we actually have coming up. So that will be in on May 27th. And so you guys make sure you save the date. He will be along with my friend, brother Maurice, and I'm working on waiting to hear back from a couple of other people. So our teens, any kids from 13 to 17, make sure you guys hit us up and follow the trend of in regards to the teen summit. But before that, tomorrow we will actually be having our mother and son dinner and dance. My son gets to finally get his mama on the dance floor. He's been asking me this for quite some time now. It's been me, and well, it's been my husband and my daughters. I've been having father and daughter dances, but for quite some time we've been trying to do a mother and son dance. So tomorrow will be our first mother and son dinner and dance event, and I'm excited about it. If you haven't got your ticket yet, you can get your ticket. Go to Eventbrite, get your ticket. Yes. And then on the 22nd of May, we are going to, of course, supporting the Mental Health Awareness Month. We will be having our Express Yourself with Chalk art, where you could just come on out. We have refreshments and games, and you could just write out whatever it is that you're feeling, put it on the concrete. Though we'll have also things that you can write on, but it's just, just taking that moment to just have some you time, and have you and a family could come out and we could just paint the whole uh, parking lot just with just colors and pictures. And we had it last year. It was so beautiful, so nice, all different ages. We had the older folks down on the ground, and it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful thing, and I simply loved it and enjoyed it. Of course, on October is our annual Bully Walk, our fifth anniversary this year. I'm so excited. Fifth annual anti-bully walk we will be having on October 8th. So make sure you guys save the date. So I'm so excited about that. We're going to have all kinds of stuff, music, speakers, refreshments. We're actually going to walk. It's going to be a nice time. So we always do have a nice time, nice turn up, nice talk, and it's just amazing. So yeah, with that being said, those are some of the things. Of course, if you want to be on the show, hit me up. The information is at the bottom. Of course, if you want to support any businesses out there that want to actually want to be a sponsor and get promotion, I don't have a problem promoting you. That's what I love to do. So make sure you hit me up for information in regards to how to do that. Our next guest, the moment you guys have been waiting for, or if not you've been waiting for, I've been waiting for. Man, I remember when I was in the industry, and I remember this little young boy's face, and I remember him, being in the studio, and I'm trying to figure out where we were, but I definitely know. I mean, I was in the midst of all of that you know, whole bad boy entertainment undies situation here. If you guys don't know, it's Puffy and Biggie and Lance on Rivera and all the other people, Cameron and Charlie Baltimore and all of them. That was my family back then, and I mean they still my family. But um, this little young boy, I just remember his eyes being so big, and I was just like, look at him, his jacket is so big. Look, he was so cute. It was just so cute. And of course, I kind of got out the game, and I didn't see him and hear from him for a while. And all of a sudden, I posted on my page actually the video that I saw that someone posted on him, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there he is. Look at him. He's grown now. So, of course, I reached out to him. I found him and I reached out to him, and we've been joint at the hip ever since. And I just love him so much. His spirit, and he's just such a great kid, man. I mean, he's not a kid. He's a grown man. I just look at him as a kid because I just remember him. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Mr. Jerome Childers.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank
Good,
you for having me.
good. I'm sorry.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I thank you for coming on the show. I truly appreciate you. So, I mean, for those that don't necessarily haven't been following, the Jerome Childers journey, and don't kind of remember, you when you were with Bad Boy. Tell us a little bit about Mr. Childers.
Well, I guess to start, when I was young, my dad took me and my sister's group up to New York, just to kind of just to see what would happen, and because he realized that, well, he actually realized that they had talent, and I just kind of strung along, and but I used to sing as well, and a lot of people really liked my voice, so when they would sing, I would say, can I sing for you? And I would sing, they'd be like, whoa, 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 stop. And everybody would stop and be so surprised. And so, cut to it, eventually, my sister sung in a showcase, and so did I, her group, and I sung in a showcase. But I think because they were, more of a female group that's a lot older, and I was a younger artist, and, just an individual artist, they took a liking to me, and because I was so young and had a talent, he called my house and said that he wanted to. Puffy called my house after performing in a showcase because his people saw the show. Um, and so he said that he wanted to bring me up to New York. And, I just sung 4 songs, and he's like, yeah, I want to sign him. So, the rest was history as far as me being signed to his label is concerned. So, right now I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, trying to get back in, do stuff more behind the scenes because I realize, after being in the business, that a lot of stuff is, a lot of hype, and, a lot of people in the business. You don't have a personal life. Um, a lot of people want to take advantage of you as a performer, and you tend to make the least as an artist. Um, but yeah, that's my history. I had a song called "Too Old for Me." It reached the top 10 of MTV and BET. Um, I had a remix with Noriega, who's now the founder and host of Drink Champs, which is a very popular podcast. And I also had a placement of "I Never Dreamed of Leaving Summer," which is a cover of Stevie Wonder on the
That was
soundtrack.
my song. I
So I
used
was
to play that. I'm sorry to cut you off. I used to play
that's
that
all
over
right.
and over, and I could just see myself playing that over and over again. I love that song. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it was placed on that soundtrack of a movie called Belly, and the
Hmm.
late great DMX. He was DMX, the late great DMX. He was one of the stars of the movie, and so was Nas, the rapper, famous rapper. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's my
was
history.
a good time. That was a good time. As I think back, you kind of be like, oh. And then you think, but yeah, I had some good times. It was some good times. But I love how they really remade that song for you, and you killed it. You killed it. You
Thank
did
you.
a great job. You did him proud, I'm sure. Um, and then he was definitely, happy to hear you doing him proud on that song. So, yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. So tell me, you're from Akron, Ohio.
Currently in Akron, Ohio, right now.
Leaving Akron, Ohio, and going to New York City. How was that?
It was crazy because, well, a lot of that stuff, that actually became a problem is the fact that it was so normal to me because I was so young and I didn't realize all that I was doing. And even though, my dad, my manager, kept telling me how amazing it was. Oh, look over there, Jerome. That's Times Square. I was like, okay, it's just a bunch of lights, You don't know that at 8 years old, at 9, 10. So the fact that that was normal, that I would be at Akron, in Akron, seeing Faith Evans and 112 and Kelly Price and then all these people in Puffy on TV, and then go and see them, that is kind of it's literally is crazy. It's like kind of
Yeah,
like a delusional a life
yeah.
for anybody to live, let alone a child. So um,
Mhm.
it was amazing, and it made me just so well rounded. I had such an amazing experience, and if I were to, God forbid, I'm not saying if I were to, walk out of the street and something really bad happens, or I get hit a car or something, whatever, I've lived a life of like millions of people
Yeah,
within
that were dreamed of. Yeah, I say
um,
it too. I sometimes even got to pinch myself, for the
yeah,
lifestyle that have now came accustomed to the lifestyle that you used to live.
yeah,
Like people that, they worship, not necessarily worship, but they are some people that worship, big and all of them, and it's just like I lived that lifestyle. I can't even believe I actually lived that lifestyle. That
that,
was me. I was part of that. It just it blows my mind. So I can only imagine as a child. I mean, I was, in my my late teens, early, 20s, living it. So I could imagine only a kid, seeing them on TV, and then all of a sudden you're living the dream of, being with them on a day-to-day basis where, they're, writing songs for you and kind of branding you in a way where, how was it far as artist development? Did you do any artist development with them?
there was no artist development. That was the issue why we didn't sign with Sony, because
Okay.
Sony wanted to do an artist development deal, and we wanted to just put it out there right now because, um, well, first, a lot of times those artist development deals, back then, you have an artist development deal and you kind of just like sit on the
Hmm.
sit in the background, and they say that they're developing. You never know if your album's actually gonna come out. But when
Mhm.
Puppy, he wanted to sign me right away, and he was so big time at the time, uh, so we had to go with him. So we didn't really discuss artist development. They just
Mhm.
kept pushing the songs out, and I just sung them the best I could. And we dealt with the the dancing and the photography um, as the album started to come out. So
Mhm. And now, and tell me, so far as you're there, you're meeting all these different people, and they're writing songs for you. And I do know that your parents were definitely guarded in regards to the songs that you were singing and your image and things of that nature. Was that a situation where there was discrepancies amongst your parents and the label?
no, actually, no. It really is crazy how a lot of that stuff went very smoothly when it
Good.
comes to the actual production of the album. It,
Hmm.
the songs that I had, even though they were uh, young, but they still had a adult feel to it, but they never had any cuss words, no sexual stuff to it. And I think it was, I was just a little too young to be singing that stuff. Anyway,
Hmm.
it's the difference between being 15, 16 and being, 9 years old. So,
Right.
you haven't
Right.
even reached puberty yet. What do you know about sex? What do you can't even write about this stuff? So I didn't have that issue.
Well, one thing about Puffy, he's definitely when it comes to branding and developing, he's a genius when it comes to that. He definitely does his homework in regards to what will make a star. He can make a star for sure. That is no questions asked. He's definitely a genius when it comes to that. So when it came to you um, wanting to, um, going into the studio and you wanting to, well, okay, I guess what I want to ask is ultimately what was your goal? What was your dream when you got signed and now you're in there and you're making this music and you're doing your thing and you creating videos and all this other stuff. What was your ultimate goal, or what was it that you were feeling that you wanted to be and do as 9 years old?
I guess I just wanted to be like, the other people on TV. I wanted to be the Janet Jackson, not Janet Jackson, but, the Michael Jackson and the Brian McKnight and Jason Weaver and all those people that
I heard Jason.
Yes, so I mean, that's what they were talking about me being those type of people, the ushers. So I guess that was just what I wanted to be. I was just I was just really just riding until it was until it was done, and I didn't because you're a kid, you don't really have that plan my life mentality. So I was just doing what I love to do and hoping the best would come out of it. I guess. So.
Right, right. And far as this video, that's kind of been trending and things of on YouTube. How did you come about that? Was that something that you put together? Was that something that someone called you and said they wanted to do for you?
No, actually, it was kind of weird because my friend he called me and he said, he called me on my phone. He's like, "Hey, Jerome, you there's a video of you going viral." I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" And so because I didn't write the documentary to answer your question. I didn't make the documentary that's out there. But eventually I went to online and I saw that it was like 2,000 views, and he said it's like 200 or 300, and it just kept creeping up. And I went down and told my dad, like, "Dad, there's a video of me going viral." He's like, "What?" So, cut to like 4 or 5 months, it was in the hundreds of thousands. Within 9 months, it's in like 800,000, 825,000. Now it's like close to 827,000, somewhere around there, 826,000. So, and it's only been like 11 months or 12 months. So it's kind of somewhat viral, I guess you could
Mm.
say. it really put attention to my music, and a lot of people thought that I wrote it, but I didn't. They
Right.
just took past interviews that I did, and they took information from that, and they took some of the stuff that I did on social media, which is all public things, so which they're allowed to do. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
because if it's on social media, they can just comment on it. Because
Right.
other celebrities too, or people that were in.
Mhm.
And
Wow,
so,
that's crazy. That
so
is crazy.
then they put
Yeah,
a
well, what you
uh,
said?
then they put a hashtag to my channel, and it brought a lot of attention to my music, and people were just going to my videos and writing a lot of nice comments.
Yes.
It was really a lot. It was really was cool. She emails me all the time, and she pins my comments to the top and stuff. So we have a good relationship.
Wow, wow,
Back in
wow. That's wow. That's crazy. But that's the thing. When you've been in there, you've been in the industry, you've done your work, and you've kind of had your moment. And obviously, it's not over yet. It's just out of the blue. Here it comes, and you're back. Trending again. So it's beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. I'm gonna share with you guys a couple of pictures of Jerome when he was a child. There he is with Sister Kelly Price. I told y'all them big eyes. And there he is with Sean, Puffy Combs, P. Diddy. He had all the names. There's 112 behind him, and he's standing there with Faith and Rodney Jerkins. He's with, and of course, rest in peace, Heavy D. He's with, and Stevie J. He's with as well. They playing on a PlayStation, or I guess actually it was probably a Nintendo at that time.
yeah.
But yes, those are some of those that you could always cherish and always have, and I definitely know that it's not over yet. You took a pause for the cause and was able to grow up and do some other things in life, and you know, God will still have his hand over you. And I know that it's not over yet, because it wouldn't, by chance, this didn't happen in regards to somebody that you didn't even know, to take the time out to make that video. It was a great video in regards to the editing and all the different stuff that they did. She definitely did a great job with it. She did some research and did her homework in regards to it. So yeah, it's a great video.
in
It,
regards to in regards to that too, we were actually me and my mother and father were actually tripping out because we were trying to figure out how they knew it. So we were thinking, oh, they must have some like cameras all up in the space or something, no every single thing that people do when they do it, because we're like, how did they know all that stuff and get it so accurate? And it turns out they took past interviews, so it was me speaking. They took past interviews
uh,
and then used that information and put it in the documentary. So
wow.
I was like, how did they know? How did they know that my dad was a carpenter? And that we went up to New York in a limo. And that, what happened to my voice? It was like, that was really scary at first. So,
Yeah.
I had to do the research and figure out where they got the information from. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's what people do. I know I got some comments on here. Good evening, Michelle, my sister. Joy Terrell, good evening. How are you? Yeah, she says setback for the comeback. Yes, 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 absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I know, of course, it is Mental Health Month. And like I kind of talked with Dr. Shani Gray about mental health. I wanted to kind of get your and talk to you a little bit about far as definitely as an artist, from one artist to another. And I know how mental health as an artist is definitely big, but people don't really kind of think about it when they're posting certain things about people, you know, sharing different memes and making fun of artists and people of the public eye. Don't really necessarily take account and say, hold up, wait a minute, before I post this, let me put myself in this person's shoes, and what, how are they mentally going to get, if they see this, how are they mentally going to get through this post? How do you feel about that? Because I'm an advocate, and I'm very conscious when it comes to posting things and being judgmental towards people of the public eye, because I always put myself in other people's shoes, and making sure that, if this was me, how would I react if I seen this and they're talking about me, and dealing with that. People don't understand that. So tell me your take on that.
Um, well, first I want to say a lot of first was to speak on being in the public eye. Being in the public eye, or being a performer, or being an entertainer. Um, you are a product. Because there's a lot of YouTube videos on there saying, oh, people are selling their soul, but you are literally selling yourself, because when you are a performer or you are an entertainer, you are a product. And when you're literally like a blender on a shelf, and when people get tired of you, they can do whatever they want to you. So you have to be careful about that when you realize that um, as an entertainer, you are working for the public. So they get to say and do whatever they want to about you, because you worked your butt off to become, you know, an employee for them. So you got to be careful about that. I think a lot of people, as far as mental health is concerned, they want to feel special, they want to feel appreciated, but I don't think that's the way to do it. To especially when the world can be so toxic and so negative in the way that they handle things. So it might be very mentally unhealthy to be an entertainer if you're a sensitive person, or if you don't crave that type of stuff, or don't crave the negativity, or you get hurt by people saying hurtful things. So um, it is hard to be an entertainer, and that's what happens, because it's a shame that they do that, because they treat entertainers as if they criticize them as if they don't have flaws themselves. The people that criticize them act like they're not doing the same thing. So it's unfortunate that they do that. Um, and it just shows how toxic the world can be when it comes to handling things. So you just really have to be careful about being an entertainer. You are the product. So that's why I want to do stuff behind the scenes as a full-time job and as a musician. Because when my voice kind of messed up, I kind of just said, okay, what am I going to do with music? I still love music. So that's when I began writing and learning piano and guitar. And I learned that being a creator of music um, is where the real percentage of money is, and you have a personal life, and you're still in the midst of a lot of those big time musicians and artists and entertainers in the background. It's just that people aren't, criticizing your personal life and saying hurtful things. And you can be a saint and do everything perfect, and it they'll make up something. Just make up something and then say
Yeah.
you're doing it, even though you're not. So
Oh yeah. Oh,
realize that's the world. And
yeah.
just turn on the news. That and I will say this too, is it's not just the industry. um this is what a guy, I did a podcast before, and the guy said, I hate when people shame the industry. So that's everywhere. Wherever, even if you grow up, you're going to have to, if you grow up in regular life, you're going to have to resist drugs. If you grow up in regular life, you're going to have to resist all the sex and all the girls and all the the crazy stuff that's in the world. So you can't really just put it on the industry. It's
Mm-hmm.
really the world. I mean, just turn on the news
Mm-hmm.
just once. Just turn on the news, or turn on, watch TikTok. Something that people do when they go in the store and they're cussing out the employers, and they're fighting in the street and stuff like that. That is the world. It's not just the industry. That's what
and
I'm.
yeah, and it's crazy that we've came to this, where people are just doing any and everything just for likes, just to kind of be relevant. Is crazy.
And I say it's not, a lot of times it's not really a presentation. It's really just people recording real life. People doing crazy stuff in real life, and they're putting it online.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're doing it, they're wrong by putting it online. They're still recording real stuff that's going on, real craziness that's going on in this world. So
Mm-hmm.
the whole world needs to really have a mental check, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss Michelle says inspiration um, to older musicians.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all for you, man. I'll be 37 this November.
Wow, 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 wow. How and so what are you doing now? What's going on? What's in your world?
Oh well, yeah, singer, songwriter, producer, trying to do stuff behind the scenes. Uh, I'm doing a lot of music now. I noticed that once I started really diving into music, I stopped watching a lot of TV, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been my main thing. I've been trying to go out and do things, and it seems like every time I go out, it's like something crazy happens, or people are drinking crazy. And, I don't smoke or drink, never did. I was kind of different that way. So, but when you go out, even if I try to just socialize, just the craziness that people do even without drinking and smoking. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So I decided I'll just be real focused on my music. And
Mm-hmm.
as far as relationships is concerned, I let that stuff happen naturally because it seemed like every time I try to seek it out, you know, it's very toxic. People can be very toxic and negative and deceptive, and all kinds of con artists, and they call you. It's just crazy, man. So
Let nature take its course
yeah,
and let the
they
Lord,
have
the
to
good Lord, help you find that one. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I understand. I understand. Definitely. Question of the night. Puffy calls you tomorrow. What's the conversation? What does it look like? What does it sound like?
uh, I don't know. That is a good question because we haven't talked in like 20, 24 years. So I don't know what he would say because we have no relationship at all. So to be honest, it would be I wouldn't know because I wouldn't know what he would be thinking. Like, he might have seen the documentary. I have to tell him that I didn't make the documentary, and there's no beef between me and him. Um, but as far as like doing business, I don't think I do business on that area. But,
Mm.
um, but I don't know. I just wish him the best. I guess I don't know. I really wouldn't know because it's been a long time.
Right, right. Well, hey, at the end of the day, it's all about seasons. And one
Yeah.
thing he can't ever take away from you is your memories and the journey that you've lived and the people that you've, came across and have impacted you and touched you in a way where now you can be able to, be able to stand on your own 2 feet and say, I lived a life that a lot of people would have never imagined to been able to do or dream and be. So they can't take that away from you. And with that being said, just keep dreaming the dream, keep living, keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
This young man speaks 5 different languages, five fluently, five different languages fluently. Like,
Yeah.
what awesome, 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 awesome. uh, you know um and like I said, just don't stop, never give up, always stay a student and keep dreaming the dream. And so
Yeah.
where can the people find you?
You can find me mainly. See, I'm not because the social media it's become overwhelming. So really, what you can do is just go to my social media sites and just check out the videos that I have because I'm not posting anymore. I'm mainly focused on performing.
Mhm.
I think I just did a podcast before, and I was telling them that I'm going to do things up front and center from now on because the low streaming. I think I don't. Did I say that? Talk about streaming on here yet? Because we talked about it before.
What
But
was it?
the streaming, you get like 0.003 or
Yeah,
point zero
yeah. Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, a percent of a penny
Mm-hmm.
per stream. And so I literally I was telling my dad that my last check from DistroKid for one of my streams. It wasn't a lot of streams, though. It was a whole bunch because they haven't collected all of them. But it's only like I say 30 or 40 streams, and I had 6 cents. 6 cents. That's how much I got from all those streams for my music. So that's how little they pay for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that I think that being signed and being a writer and producer as a signed person is the main goal that I wanted the whole time anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing online posting. It's too toxic with all the constant, sex and violence and people slapping the crap out of each other and people fighting and I mean it literally every single video and it's just it really plays on your psyche. You get depressed.
Yeah,
It's just terrible.
yeah. You become part of it, so I stay away from it.
Stay
I
off it.
really do. I'm with you. I kind of stay tunnel vision in regards to what's going on.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
but
it's
you can go on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and you can just go on there and check out. Just type in Jerome Childers for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I mean TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You can check out YouTube too, but they're kind of falling off to the point where you do because I have TikTok videos that are like in the thousands, and then you got one, and it's the same exact video on YouTube, and it's like 19 views for 7 months. So you can, that's where I started. And so, but yeah,
right.
that's where you can find me. Email me my Chowders Jerome one at gmail.com. Yeah, gmail.com. And yeah, just check out. I'm supposed to be performing in Georgia at Atlanta Independent Showcase. Some of my 4 songs from my album, The Phases of Love, and that's also on Apple Music.
There y'all have it. I really, really, really wish, man. I know they definitely would. Who was I know they definitely would try to stop me. So you know how Facebook is. They all as soon as you post something when it comes to music, they flag it and I ain't had time for them to be flagging my podcast show today. But I really wish I could have been able to play the I Never Dreamed of some of Stevie Wonder, Jerome Childers. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. If you don't, I'm telling you, listen out. I love that song. He did such a great job. And it just, that was one of my favorites for sure of you as a child singing that. And even, in the industry, I just remember running around New York and listening to it and, yeah, all that, even with the whole belly and everything, all that whole lifestyle just definitely brought back a lot of memories. So
Yeah.
y'all make sure y'all check out Mr. Jerome Childers, all of his songs, then and now. Make sure you check him out. Our guest for the day, Mr. Jerome Childers. I'm definitely going to have you down. We'll talk offline. I think I'm going to bring you down here to the DMV area for our bully walk and have you as our spokesperson, our actual keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Definitely, we'll talk
Exciting.
offline, and have you come on down in October if you're available. We'd love to have you come on down. So,
Before then, my
I'm
album early. I have an unreleased. I'm gonna release the album that I was supposed to have. I have like 12 songs. Heavy D and Teddy Riley and all
okay.
those old people that was Rodney Jerkins. So I have the album with all the 12 songs on there, and so I'm and the cover is in the mix. So I'm
Okay.
gonna have probably by then.
Okay.
Then people can.
Wonderful. Yeah, you can definitely promote it at the Anti-Bully Walk. We'll love to have you, you know, even sing, a song or two there. But yep, I've put it out there already. I've already talked to my board about it. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I said if he says he gives us a yes, we're having him here. So Yes, we've already been discussed in regards to our board meeting, in regards to people. I mean, you coming down for our anti-bully walk and being our keynote speaker, and we'll talk offline on about that. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Jerome Childers. Thank you so much for being on the show. I truly appreciate you, and the best has yet to come for you. I definitely appreciate you so much.
And thank you for having me. Appreciate
Yeah,
you for reaching out.
absolutely. Absolutely. Take care of yourself.
Good. Uh,
Oh man, I tell you, woo, that was so good. Wasn't that a great, great story, man? I tell you, man, I just be at awe. I be at awe at the life that I've lived. I really do. I really do. I be at awe. I be at awe. The people that I've met, places that I've been, the people that I've seen, the things that I have done, good and bad, and got away with it. Some I didn't. It's just been, I tell you, life is what you make it. Don't give up on yourself. Always stay a student. Always dream the dream and never give up. I am Tamika Joy. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching The Stars with Tamika Joy. Y'all have a great day on purpose. That's my line. Have a great day on purpose. Have a great weekend on purpose. Again, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Till next time.
It's the stars with Tamika Joy. 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 Feeling real good, feeling on fire. Put the headphones on, it's time to get live. It's the stars with Tamika Joy. It's the stars with Tamika Joy.
See you.